Let's start with our third international fight. South Africa's Peter Smith against Willie Jake of the United States in a heavyweight fight over 8 rounds. Let's rejoin Darren Scott at ringside.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an international fight in the heavyweight division scheduled for 8 rounds. Your officials for this bout, your referee is Mr. Alfred Bukwana. Your judges, Mr. Joe Horn, Mr. Joseph Chani, and Mr. George Tayser. And now introducing out of the red corner, wearing the plain black trunks, weighing in at 89.20 kilograms. He's had 15 professional fights to date, 9 victories, 2 draws, and 4 defeats. Fighting out of the Indy 500 city, Indianapolis, Indiana in the USA, Willie Jake. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the blue and white trunks, weighing in at 92.30 kilograms. He is undefeated in 8 professional bouts to date. Fighting out of the Allen Towwheel stable in Johannesburg, Peter Smith.
Well, here we go into an 8-round bout between Peter Smith and Willie Jake from the United States. And I think, if anything here, we might say that Peter Smith is stepping up a little bit in class here, because Willie Jake, on record at least, and the type of people he's fought, is a far superior opponent to some of those he's been meeting of late. Jake, a southpaw at that. Smith, we know, unbeaten in 8 fights, but if you take a look at Jake's record, he's lost 4 times, but he's lost to 4 outstanding fighters.
Well, then one of the losses came at the hands of former world champion Dennis Andries.
His last defeat was against the British and WBC international champion Carl Thompson, who's unbeaten. He also lost to the former European champion Eric Nicoletta, and was outpointed by Kenny Keane, who's unbeaten in 25 fights. So I think we're looking at a pretty useful fighter up here. His last 2 fights, he won on knockouts. And he's a long-range jabber, which may be a little bit unsettling to Smith, who likes to get in close and make a brawl of it. And the problem, of course, we've had with Smith in his last few fights is his tendency to cut very, very easily. Anyway, here we are in the first round with Jake trying to force the pace, having Smith on the ropes and keeping it in close.
No time wasted. We got Jake trying to get Smith in the body there. Neither boy landing with any clean punches. But I think Peter Smith's going to have to try and get Jake on his back foot, because southpaws are not very effective when they're fighting off the back foot.
Oh, of course, it's a new experience for Peter Smith too, facing the southpaw. And it'll be interesting to see if he can get through with the obvious punch that counts against the southpaw. That's the right hand to the head, but he's not going to have much chance to do it the way that Willie Jake is keeping him in close there.
Jake's giving him no punching room. He's right on top of Smith from the beginning and not giving him any chance to unleash those punches of his.
Quite interesting, the report we have here of when he fought Carl Thompson in England. This is precisely what he did through the whole of the first round, and suddenly, at the end of the first round, unleashed a right and a left hand, which had Thompson staggering all over the ring, and only the bell saved him. Thompson did come back to beat him, but it shows the man is dangerous.
Well, Smith, as we know, is the son of former world-rated Kwesi Smith. He was a big banger in his own right in his day.
Well, I can see blood coming out of Willie Jake's nose at the moment. There was a left and a right from Smith just before the end of the round that actually found their mark.
corner we see Alan Will.
Lay on you.
Smith's trainer giving him some
Your
advice.
back's on the ropes all the time. You understand?
They're certainly smearing the
Right more.
Vaseline on.
Keep your hands up and in, but just work both sides of his body more, okay? And on the
Trying to
jab, he
prevent
did
a
good. You
repeat of
double
him bleeding so
double
often
the
as
jab
he does
up.
in previous
He's
fights.
ducking under the left hand. He's ducking under. He's ducking under the left hand. Just relax. He ain't got nothing. Once more. Right.
You look back down Willie Jake's record, you find 5 fights ago he outpointed a fellow called Brian Butler. And that's the only defeat Butler has suffered in 19 pro fights. So this is a fairly good fighter up here in front of Peter Smith tonight. It's going to be interesting to see just how Peter's going to face up to the issue. Now's his real test, I think, to see if he can come through with the colours that the local fraternity have been hoping to see come out for a long time.
That's what Smith needs to do, get that jab moving, move side to side. Jake comes over with his own left hook there that catches Smith on the side of the head.
Two left hands from Jake there, coming in close. He pulled them in short into uppercuts, and those are the kind of punches Smith must be wary of. Throwing in a nice left jab to Smith, but his right hand is coming from too far out, and he's not getting in with it.
Well, one has to be very fit fighting a guy like Jake, who's on top of you all the time. And there Smith comes through with a right hand that catches Jake on the side of the jaw.
Well, we've seen Jake in training for the past week, and he does really do a lot of hard work in his training, so he should be fit enough to stand the pace.
Pick him up.
Smith banging away with the right hand to the body, but he gets clipped over the top with a left hand from the southpaw Jake. Another left hand goes through. Smith battling away there to try and get in with a body attack, finding a lot of arms and elbows in the road, but that's where he has to go. He's got to keep it in close and keep the punches up a little higher than that. There's the right jab. That's the punch Smith must be wary of, that right jab coming from Jake. Oh, 2 nice shots from Smith. And Smith has his man in a little bit of trouble here. A left and a right from Smith, and Jake in a bit of a problem here. Those were good shots from Smith, and he's trying to keep the ascendancy. Does get through with more shots, and Jake trying to lie on to save himself from further punishment.
Well, Smith pummeling away with both hands, switching the attack from body to head. But Jake sporting a very good defense there, blocking many of the punches.
And Jake gets through with one long left to the head. Smith must be aware of that. Moves backwards and drops his right hand. And there's the left uppercut from Jake going through again. Smith really had an opportunity in his hands there. He had Jake at his mercy earlier in the round. Right now he's doing the retreating and showing signs of a little bit of blood around the face. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Nice right hand from Smith. But there goes the left uppercut again. And one goes over the top. A good second round that.
Now listen, when you hit him with those rights, change them, move back, get an uppercut, get some straight
Alan
rights
Will
also,
telling
left
Smith to
hooks.
step back and throw right uppercut when Jake barges in like that. And there we see some slow-mo from the previous round. Both boys head to head. And Smith's following up with the uppercut. I think that's the punch Alan's talking about.
And he followed through with a good left hook, which really landed. That's the one that hurt Jake. But he never kept it up. That's what he must do. That's what Alan's telling him. You've got to keep up that kind of pressure. You've got to keep throwing those punches.
One wonders if Jake's tactic isn't to get in there, keep his hands up, and try to let his opponent tie himself out by punching and just hitting the arms.
A little bit of a tangle up of arms here. Oh, Smith Must beware of that. He's bowing down, ducking down, and he ducked right into the left uppercut.
Jake comes through with the wild left hook that caught Smith on the side of the head.
Pretty good defense Jake shows here. He's not an easy man to hit. Smith gets through every now and again with a good shot, but
Then these are the fights Smith needs to gain more experience.
oh, this is the kind of fight. If he's going to learn anything, this is the kind of fight he's going to learn it in. Smith throwing the right hand, but not with a great deal of aim. He's rather letting it go loose, and it's going over the top of Jake. He needs to pull it in shorter. Those are good punches by Smith. Not finding the mark completely, but they are better. That's where he's got to let them go from, close range.
When he gets in close, he needs to work Jake's body. He's not... And Jake comes up with that left uppercut once again, catches Smith on the forehead.
That left uppercut is dangerous. It's been catching Smith far too often.
Watch your head. Watch your head.
Peter throwing a nice straight left and right. Now they're really finding their point. And Jake counters with a straight left to the chin.
Well, there's a lot of left-hand work going in from Jake here, and he's rather worrying Smith with that left hand. Smith not looking at all happy about proceedings at the moment. He's getting caught a little bit too often with that left hand.
Don't hold. Don't hold. Don't hold.
Jake not giving him any punching room at all.
You notice every time Smith throws his right hand, Jake is quick to duck in under it and get close to the body.
Smith
there we go again, the same thing. Smith's not finding the answer to that.
Yeah, Smith trying to work the body, landing with one punch to the side of the ribs. He needs to keep his work rate up. He's allowing Jake to dictate this fight and keep him on the retreat.
He's getting clipped with that left hand a little bit too often, though.
You can see the blood pouring from his nose now. All those lefts.
Stop.
And it's a little bit of a weary Peter Smith going back to his corner at the end of that third round. Smith always prone to bleeding, and he gets cut rather easily. He's starting to show signs of blood here and there.
We're throwing a lot of right hands that's missing. Because you've got to get in closer, and you've got to work. You have to work. You have to work to the body. Don't you understand? You got both hands. Work both hands to the body, and follow it with left hooks and right hooks, man. Work both hands like a everywhere.
And that's we're telling Smith to work the body when he's in close.
Right hand.
Get those combinations going to the body.
Right hand. Get your
Jake
cross
off his
jabs
hands.
going then.
Well, here we go to round 4. And it's been a pretty bruising battle between these two young heavyweights.
Right. Right.
Peter Smith gets a headlock on Willie Jake to open the round. Trying to work into the body.
It was good to see our boy listen to his trainer's advice. Alan said work the body, and Peter's come right out and done that.
Trying to do it, yes. Good punches coming in. Smith's really working hard now. This is what he needs to do. He must work. It's no good letting this man lie on him and try to wrestle his way out of it all the time. He needs to be doing the punching from short and long range, keeping Willie Jake away from him. There goes the long left hand from Willie Jake again, but
Jake switching the attack from body to the head and catching Peter on the forehead.
a couple of good right hands went in from Smith and landed. One to the body, one to the head. But and that left hand of Jake's is finding its target again. And another one. And the blood is starting to show on Peter Smith's face now. Willie Jake forcing the pace now.
Watch your head.
Oh, and he rattles that left hand off of Peter Smith. Peter Smith starting to look a little bit messy. Mainly the blood coming from his nose, I think, but it's amazing how this young fellow does bleed so much.
We got Jake here trying to hustle Peter Smith, keeping on him, pushing him backwards, and that is very tiring, Len.
And he's a strong fellow. He's got good big shoulders as Jake.
But Peter Smith came out looking
Nice shot from Peter Smith. Those were good shots from Peter Smith. About 5 of them going through all short range. That's what he must keep doing. Keep the punches flowing, and that's the only way he's going to unsettle Willie Jake. Good body shot going in from Peter Smith there. Smith fighting back well now. Rattling his right into the body, banging away there, but Willie Jake still coming on top of him and throwing that left hand.
Watch your head. Watch your head.
Again, as Peter Smith working the body of Jake, there's Jake pushing Peter Smith backwards.
Right.
Trying to make that opening for that left uppercut.
In goes Jake. What Jake is doing, of course, is lying on Peter Smith and letting Peter Smith do the work. Tricky, and oh, a nice left uppercut from Jake went through. He's using the tactics of letting the other guy do the wearing down. Peter Smith wearing himself down. That's what Jake's hoping for. And that's the halfway mark.
And there we see Jake's right hook coming through and followed it up with a straight left that caught Peter Smith on the chin. Some more action from the previous round. It's that right uppercut from Peter Smith catching Jake on the jaw. That's what he needs to do more often, Len, as you say.
You know, when you hit him one
Try
right,
those short
one left, he
combinations.
hits you back. If
Try
you
wear
hit him
Jake
4
down.
5, he covers. He can't do it. He can't do it. You can. Get
Out, Alan. Box.
Well, here we're into round 5. Peter Smith, the unbeaten Johannesburg heavyweight, having his 9th fight against Willie Jake from the United States. Comes from the Speedway city of Indianapolis. And a southpaw who isn't scared to let that left hand of his go, and when it does go, it's been causing a little bit of trouble for the local chap. But Peter Smith fighting back, probably the hardest bout he's had for quite a long time, and if he's going to learn anything, this is the way he's going to do it. That left hook of Peter Smith does find its mark, but he's kind of slap it. He's not actually punching his weight behind it.
That's right, there's Jake in the black pants. He's got Peter Smith in the white pants on, going backwards. And he's leaning on Smith. The experience in Jake is coming out, Len.
Is he banging away with that left hand? He brings it into an uppercut. He hooks it over the top. He's getting through with it quite regularly. And now he's using the right jab again and keeping Peter Smith at long range.
Stop. Watch both of your heads. Okay. Box.
Both fighters being told you're using your head.
Break. Break.
Peter Smith's now doing a little bit of holding.
Peter Smith needs to get in there and work Jake's body, bring his hands down. Now the fight here, landing with very clean blows there.
Watch your head.
Actually lying on top is Willie Jake's tactics here. Comes out every now and again, jabs that right, throws a couple of lefts, and then he lies on top. A little bit frustrating, I think, for Peter Smith. He can't really get going. There was the left hook going in. Now a short, snappy right. A lot of good left hand work actually been done by Jake. It doesn't look like it with the way he lies on, but his left hand really is doing a lot of work and a fair bit of damage.
Last left hook from Peter Smith. And another one.
Oh, left and right from Peter Smith. Those are good punches. Peter Smith throwing in short range left and right. Those are the kind of punches he should keep going more with, because those are the ones that he's actually scoring. While Jake's lying on top of him like this, he should let those short range shots go. Stop.
There we see some slow-mo action from the 5th round. Jake boring in with his head, catching Peter Smith on the side of the mouth there.
Keep on. Now don't let him
So
come
we'll
to
try to
you.
stop the
Were you
flow of
making
blood
a
from Peter
mistake?
Smith's
You
nose there.
wait.
Okay? Keep your hands up, though.
Oh, here we go to round 6 with Peter Smith with quite a welt underneath his left eye and a bump starting to show above the right eye. So he's actually been taking for a fair bit of punishment. Jake actually covers up well, moves in, not an easy man to hit.
Jake's coming through with that right jab. It's an awkward right jab, not very quick or not much power length. It catches Peter Smith time and again.
Yes, he comes through with it quite a lot. And he's been catching Peter Smith with it very easily. Oh, and a shot. There's that left uppercut again. Bang on the chin. Not a lot of power in it, but it's a darned aggravating punch if you've got to be in there and it's coming at you all the time like that.
Peter starting to throw combinations, trying to work the body there.
Trying to throw shots from long range. But the right hand from Jake going through, finding its mark.
I think Peter needs to increase his work rate. He's allowing Jake to take matters. Though there we see Peter throwing some nice combinations there.
Jake landing with the left hand. And Peter Smith still trying to throw the right from long range and go over the top with it.
Peter putting in some power into those body punches. There's Jake back on the attack. Jake doing a lot of pushing though.
Stop. Both of you are hitting the head. You're going to take a point.
Land.
Right, okay. Box.
Good overhand right from Peter Smith, but it followed on to a good left uppercut from Willie Jake. Peter Smith looking rather messy there in the corner. He's covered with blood that's been coming from the nose and taking a lot of shots here. Bit of trouble here. Willie Jake connected with a right and a left to the head. The left uppercut went through. Peter Smith trying to fight back, but Jake on the ascendancy here. And the left hand goes through again. And an uppercut. That left hand is causing Peter Smith an awful lot of trouble now. Fighting his best, trying to fight back. But his punches are going a little wild, and every time Jake aims one, it lands. He doesn't throw too many, but that left uppercut's been going through.
Well, that's a wary Peter Smith. The pressure from Jake is really taking its toll. But Peter trying to fight back, throwing rights to the body and left to the head, but neither punch really landing. Well, it's an annoyed Alan Smith there. Looks very cross with Peter Smith. Peter Smith will have his work cut out for him in his next 2 rounds.
Yeah, Peter.
Yes, he's looking a little bit weary in the corner there, you can see.
Don't
And there we see some action from previous round. A left uppercut from Jake, just missing his target. And Peter Smith coming over with the right. He catches Jake on the side of the jaw.
Clever little tactics you saw there in the slow-mo as Willie Jake pulled Peter Smith's right hand down, moved away, pulled the right hand down and let go with his own right.
Well, it looks like a rejuvenated Peter Smith. He realizes he's going to have to pile the pressure on Jake here.
Well, he starts every round like this. He comes out full of fire, but as soon as Jake's right jab and then the left uppercut goes in, he seems to slow down.
Watch your head.
Well, Peter Smith still a young fighter, got a lot of potential, I believe, in the future. It's this kind of fight that he can learn a tremendous amount from. Jake catching Peter Smith with right and left.
Got him with 2 punches there, a right to the head and then a left hook. Both of them going through. And then another left hand coming in from Jake. He's taking it easy. He's finding his target quite easily here. Here again, the same tendency of Peter Smith to start off in a fury and then he gets pushed backwards by Jake. Oh, the right hand landed again. Smith missing, Jake landing. Jake has actually got a good defense. When you come to look at it, he's not an easy man to hit.
Very cagey fighters, Jake. That's a Peter Smith must keep those punches working.
Break.
No, Len, Jake's on the attack a lot. He doesn't throw that many punches. He gets Peter Smith to tire himself out, trying to push and hit back. And then Jake takes advantage of him.
It's Smith actually looking a bit weary now. He's taking quite a bit of punishment from Jake. There's the right hand going in. The left hand. Oh, and another right hand from Jake. Jake finding his target and landing the cleaner, heavier punches now.
This fight really starting to swing at Jake's favor here. And there's Peter Smith with his back to the camera here.
And Jake, a right over the top and then a short right uppercut, left rather, getting through with him. And it's a weary-looking Peter Smith. Peter Smith is really showing the effects now of this, what has been a grueling type of battle. Getting clipped with the right jab to the head as the round ends.
Spit out in the top here. Yeah. That's it. Come on to the...
Okay, Jake, just relax. Just stay cool. Keep doing what you're doing. But try to throw more punches this round, because this is the last round. We don't want too many decisions. Try to throw more punches. Keep throwing that left uppercut, left overhand, because you're going to catch him. And when he back away, don't forget, walk to him with the 1-2. Bam, bam. Walk to him with the 1-2. Because he's tired, Joy. Just relax. Everything cool. Keep your hands in. Get your hands inside.
Well, there you have a lot of instructions going in Willie Jake's corner, and it sounds like Lonnie Knowles, his trainer, is quite confident that he's on top here. He's told him to take it cool, take it calm this round, and just go in looking for your shots. Well, let's see what he's going to do. He's doing the right thing because his right hand is rattling off Peter Smith. The jab going. A jab that he hasn't used all that much during this fight, but when he has used it, it's been effective.
And it's Peter Smith pummeling away at the body. Good combinations coming from Peter Smith. Sweeping to the head as well.
Smith landed a good left hook there and comes through with a right. Putting his best efforts in, but in turn he gets caught again by Willie Jake. It's a bit of a slugfest going on at the moment. I think they both think, as it is, it's pretty close in this fight. It now needs a grandstand finish from one or either to really catch the judge's eye. This is a close fight.
Smith playing some great combinations there, and then once again he walks into Jake's jab.
Well, that was a good left hand from Willie Jake that found his market. Staggered Smith just for the moment. A lot of slapping going on, no real punches going in. A lot of punches being thrown, but not much effect in coming from either man.
Jake showing great reflexes there, swaying out of the way of Peter's punches and coming back. There's Peter Smith working with his back against the rope, working Jake's body.
What's your head?
Well, it's a close one. It's been 8 hard rounds, and it's going to go to decision. That's pretty obvious.
Peter caught Jake with a nice right hand there.
Break.
I think they're both a little bit weary now. The pressure has been starting to tell.
Break. Don't hold.
Oh, good left hand. And another from Jake. Those were 2 good left hands that landed on Peter Smith there.
Break.
And that's the end of a very, very hard, grueling 8-rounder.
It's a very close fight, this one, Leonard. I hate to call it. You can imagine the judges are going to have a difficult time here.
Well, here's a bit of slow motion from that last round. Oh, and there's the left hand that Jake caught Smith with. Smith trying to get back with shots of his own.
It's that jab of Jake finding his Mark Tarman again.
There's that short left uppercut. That's the punch that did so much damage throughout the fight. A good punch, close range, and it kept landing. This is something that Smith's going to have to watch out for in close range. He does get caught far too often with those shots. Well, we're waiting for the decision. I think a lot of people thought this might be another easy fight for Peter Smith, but it certainly wasn't. For once, he had to go the full distance.
And once again, we see some slow-mo from that round. Peter Smith missing with that looping right hand.
Well, Willie Jake walks around the ring, puts up his hand, and gets a very warm reception from the crowd. They appreciate it. It was a good, clean fight. Peter Smith getting the same kind of reception now. Crowd liked that fight. Unusual to have a good fight with the southpaw in it, but that was a crackerjack. Hard, grueling, good heavyweight bout. And here we have Darren Scott getting the result from referee Alfred Bukwana.
Ladies and gentlemen, the judges score this heavyweight fight as follows. Judge Horn scores the fight, Smith 77, Jake 77. Judge Charney scores the fight, 77-76. Judge Taser scores the fight, 78-76. Both for the winner on a majority decision, and still undefeated, Peter Smith.
Well, I think the Willie Jake corner
let's hear it for his opponent from the United States, Willie Jake.
But Willie Jake took it in his stride, went over and congratulated Peter Smith, who beat him on points in a very good 8-round heavyweight bout.